here with you. I hope you're doing well. So today I decided to do something that I haven't done in a while. It's still cards, and technically you could use those if you wanted on top of cards, so make toppers out of it. But I'm going to be doing altered playing cards, so also known as ATCs, which are also artist trading cards. So basically what happened is I made a video for my Patreon, and I chose some washi tapes and some image for a bunch of cards, and I made 5, but the video already was like over 40 minutes long, so I decided that I would split this up. And because of course with them I did do the choosing of the image and the choosing of the washi tape, so it ended up being much longer, and I figured that with this selection we should be able to make something and make it within about half an hour. I don't know exactly when you're going to be seeing this video. The big reason for that is that we're going camping this year, hopefully, and if we do, then I need content for those times when I'm going to be missing, and so I figured it would be a good thing to prepare some videos ahead, just so I'm not last minute, which has been the case recently a lot. I don't know why I end up being last minute. So I thought here this washi says life is good, and I thought with a book and coffee, honestly, I mean, how can you... Life is pretty good when you've got both of those as a combination. So that's my take on this and why I'm going with that. And so it's a pretty big image. I was thinking of using some of this because there's teal on there, and there's also going to be teal on the sentiment. So I could possibly put the life is good at the bottom, and then the rest would be covered by this, basically. Now the question is going to be, will I add anything else to this, or will this feel like it's enough? I'm not sure. Okay, I'm going to cut the little corners because my card's corners are cut. That's weird. Well, it must have been one of those packs that's for casino. And then once they're no longer, when you're no longer supposed to be using them, I think they cut out portions. So I'm going to put the washi. That's pretty cool. I'm gonna cut it here, but I'll fold the corners. Elizabeth mentioned that tip because I always have trouble lifting up my washi, and she mentioned that that's what she does, and it makes sense. So I've started using it when I can think about it, because it does happen that I don't think about it, and then I just cut the washi and it just glues together. Okay, so that's going to be that, but I feel like I need something else. Need something like there. I don't want it to be too thick, because if I'm sending this in the mail, I don't want to end up paying extra for the shipping, because it doesn't fit in a regular mailbox. I've got flowers, but like I said, they're a bit bigger. It could be fun though. If I do that, then I have to make sure that I'm not unless I take it apart. I don't know if I could do that, because some of these flowers are so thick that honestly, like, I'm having trouble using them because of that. So if I could split them up, then maybe that would work, because then I could actually use them. Oh, there's a pin here in the middle. Maybe if I can flatten this up, because it's poking now, or I remove it altogether and I replace it with a bling. If I could make this work, then this could completely change my use of these little flowers. Because like I said, I'm having issues. Okay, I've just removed the pin, and I've just scrubbed the middle of this. I could have just removed the pin, honestly. I didn't think about it. I think I'm going to do that for the next one. It would be better, so it would keep the flower more intact, and it wouldn't be so thick. What was making it thick was the pin in the back. Okay, so we've got 2 flowers here. So I could put a little bling on this and a little bling on that, and we've got 2 flowers going, which is pretty cool. And now it's completely different size. I think that's what I'm going to do for some of my flowers, because there's some that I really love, but they're so thick, there's no way I can use them that way, because they're too thick, unless I use them on cards that I give in person. But even then, it's not that easy to find the perfect, like, how to use them. So if I can make it work with, so here we go, and here we go, and that works pretty good. I'm very pleased with myself, honestly. Like, this is not something I would have thought of doing. I should have, but when you have an issue, sometimes you find solutions that didn't come to you originally. Maybe some of you already do that to your flowers. I'd be curious to know. Most of the time when I purchase them, they're less thick, so it's not so much of a problem, but these ones are really, really thick. So that finishes this card very well. I'm pleased with that. And I'm pleased that I'm using a flower, which is also something I've been trying to do. That's why they're staying on my desk right over there, so that I can think about using them. So here we go. 10 minutes for one ATC. But it did take me some time with the flowers. So this little guy I thought would be very fun with the word hello. I'm just gonna keep a little bit of the orange and cut around him. And then I need to figure out which paper to use. I'm also trying to use up whatever is on my pile of scraps. So you could be like this, and I could put the hello over here. I have this here. Which I think would work for him since he's got orange on him. I could probably use more like this here so that there's not so much orange. But I do like to put more than one layer, so what else do I have? Well, maybe this for the sentiment. Maybe that's my extra layer. Okay, so let's go for it. And so I hope you're all doing well. I have no idea what's going on by the time you see this video, so I can't talk to you about anything that pertains to the news or anything else. I can't even say what the weather is going to be like, because I don't know when that's going to be, what the weather is going to be like by the time you see this. But I could say that right now it's going to be a rainy day, I think. But they've been saying that for a while. Might actually be thunderstorms. That's what might happen, because it's really humid. So that might happen. But so I'm very confused, because you know, like, if it's gonna rain a lot, and they were announcing quite a lot of rain. So if it rains a lot, then I don't want to water my garden, because if I do, then my garden possibly could end up with too much water. But if it doesn't rain, then my garden doesn't get any water. So I'm very confused. I don't know what to do. I don't know if I should be I want the orange one, the orangey one. I don't want this one. It's a pretty one, but I don't want that one. So I'm gonna cut this one off, and I think I'm gonna try to put the tape. There's white tape behind, so I think I'm gonna try to put the tape underneath this, so that eventually I can use that hello. I've done the same thing with a few sentiments that were on some other washi that I had, because I just thought it would be more fun to. I didn't want to use them on the cards I was making, so okay. So These images are all from women's magazine, Woman's World. I don't even know if they still make that magazine. I had gotten it at a garage sale. The lady didn't want to throw them out, so she made a big box and was offering them to people. And when she saw that I was interested, she gave me the whole box. I still have some, but I'm getting a bit fed up. And after cutting out a bunch of images, I realized how thin the paper is, so it tears super easily, which is not that good. It's not that fun, honestly. Okay, then I've got this little guy, and I thought I could use the love for him. Now, I don't quite know how I want to cut him out. I don't have the full edge of green, so maybe I should just cut around like that. I could have added something to do with wings and stuff, but I didn't. Okay, so I think I'm going to put it on the side like that. I'm wondering if I can use this here as the background. And put this on top. So I don't even need to cover the whole thing up. Well, I'll do it anyway. Just in case what I want to do doesn't work out. Because I'm thinking it'd be fun to have the window and see the word love through the window. So that's what I think I'm going to do. I'm hoping that while I'm on vacation I do more reading. I haven't been doing as much reading, honestly. Like, I've been doing all sorts of stuff for my Etsy store and for my Patreons, making like more elaborate freebie sheets. I've done, yeah, all sorts of stuff, but I haven't been reading, which is something I love to do, but somehow just, I don't know, don't have time to do it. So hopefully when the vacation happens, I get to do a lot of reading. Now, how am I going to do this? Because I want to put this. I shouldn't have put the glue everywhere. Okay, so I want to put this word in here. And it's okay that it's a little jagged. But I do need the tape to go off. To get off. Oh, come on. I hate washi with that white thing. I just find it very difficult to find ways of using it. So if I do that, I could just cut a little bit of the back here. And actually, I think I'm going to cut a little bit of here too. Like that. Whoops. There's already glue. I glued down. Which is cool because it's a good way of using that that little window. Otherwise, I would have just thrown it away. So here we go. Do I add this flower? Could be a nice little touch because of the fact that it's a little, it looks like to be a little hummingbird, and hummingbird love flowers, and the flower is the right color with this, so let's just add it in. Okay, so final one. Got a feeling it's going to be a long video, this one. So then this one, I have this little cat with the big glasses, and I've got tape that says caution, creative caution tape. These tapes that have sentiments, they always put them in sets of washies that I like the set, but I didn't necessarily want to have a sentiment on it. But then there was no way of not having it, so, which is not cool, but it is that. So if I put this, it could be like at the bottom here. So then I only need to cover this much of the card. So if I put it like that, I would be good to go. Okay, so I'm gonna take the corner. It's the right colors, I think, to go with the cat. That's my thinking. Whoa. Okay, that's the flap of the envelope, so okay, so here we go, and then I'm gonna put basically I honestly don't know how you would, why and how you would use this tape. Like, if I didn't challenge myself to use it here, honestly, like, I would probably never use it. So, okay, so I don't want him to be just like that on top. He needs something else. I don't know. I know it's not that. I also have this. I could put him on a little box. Okay, I think I'm gonna do this. I do want this part to show, so I'm gonna place it so that we can actually see most of it. Like that. And then I'm gonna put this little guy on top. And I need to bring my fountain pen home to refill it. So let me put it aside so I can remember. Okay, so I've got that. I'm thinking maybe 2 bling. These black blings. And that's my little card. Okay, so we'll do do we do just one more, or do we do all of them? I guess I'll do all the 3 of them, because why not? Since I've gotten them out, might as well use them. And just need to find a way of using them, of doing this faster. This little guy is pretty big again, so if I was to this, and because he's on red, it wouldn't be so bad if some of the red from the card showed. And then I could put So Fun on top of this, and that would be good. Okay, so always keep whatever leftovers I have when I'm making painty papers or whatever. They're perfect for little makes or a little addition to a journaling page or stuff like that. I think I'll add this just for the fun of it, because there's some yellow here and I've got this lying on my desk. I might as well use it. And then I think I'm going to use the best ever, because I don't want to go all the way to So Fun. So and that's it for this little one. And then I have this little cutie. I feel like, again, I want to use this type of paper because it's the right colors. I wish I had a piece that wasn't, I have a big piece. Maybe I can glue it on the big piece here. Just because she's so cute. I don't know why I'm saying it's a she, but that's what I feel like. I think the colors will be good with the washi tape also that I chose for her. Okay, so be the good. Glue her down. I have to be careful not to tear the paper. I'm gonna put her crooked for interest. I'm gonna put this little piece right underneath. Like so. Would this be good? Yeah. Whoops. And this. And I think I have a purple. Is this black? It's black, not purple. Yep. So here we go. And we've got one last one to go. And it's going to be this one. I figured for this one we were going to use the take note because he's typing away at a laptop. So he looks like he's taking notes. could do it. Or I use this, or like that. Okay, so this is big washi tape that wasn't coming off, and I ended up putting it on a card, on an index card. And I figured one day I would use it, so I guess the one day is now. So I'm going to put this on top, leave a little white border just for interest. And because of the black and white cat, I feel like this really works. And it's going to be a little simple one. So I hope that you've had fun watching me make these, and that you will pull out your washi tape and try to find ways of using the ones that you don't have use for usually. And yeah, I will see you all later. Bye!